Hi everyone, it's Miss Diane again from the Glenside Public Library, and I promised you that I was going to read you another Halloween book, and so that's what I'm going to do today. And we're going to sing one of those songs that we learned before. You know which one? We're going to sing the one about the spider. So I have my spider puppet again. Whoop, did you see that? Where'd he go? Oh my goodness. Boop, there he is. You can use your fingers and pretend that your fingers are a spider. And I'll use my spider puppets. Are you ready? All right, here we go. There's a spider on my head, on my head. There's a spider on my head, on my head. I keep telling him to go, but he keeps saying no. There's a spider on my head, on my head. There's a spider on my face, on my face. Oh, there's a spider on my face, on my face. Go away. I keep telling him to go, but he keeps saying no. There's a spider on my face, on my face. Ew. Could you please leave me alone? No. There's a spider on my hand, on my hand. There's a spider on my hand, on my hand. I keep telling him to go, but he keeps saying no. There's a spider on my hand, on my hand. All right. Remember last time? How did we get rid of the spider? No. Don't be waving to the kids. Don't be making friends. No. We're going to send you on your way. Do you remember what we did? We gave a big blow, right? Like, and we blew the spider away. Let's do it again. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. We're going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Blow. Ah, he's gone. Thank goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, friends. So we're going to read another story today. This is a great one. One of my favorites. It has all the best Halloween characters in it. The title of the book is called Big Pumpkin, and it was written by Erica Silverman. And as you can see, there is a witch on the cover of this book that I took out from our library. And look at that big pumpkin. It's almost as big as the witch. What do you think she's going to do with a pumpkin that big? Let's find out. Once there was a witch who wanted to make pumpkin pie. So she planted a pumpkin seed. She weeded and she watered, and after a while a sprout poked through. And then a pumpkin grew, and it grew, and it grew, and it grew some more. Soon, Halloween was just hours away, and the witch thought about pumpkin pie, and she bent down to take that pumpkin off the vine. That's the biggest pumpkin I've ever seen. Well, she pulled, and she tugged, and she pulled. First she pulled hard, and then she pulled harder, but the pumpkin just sat. "Drat," said the witch. Just then along came a ghost. "Big pumpkin," said the ghost.
"It's big and it's mine, but it's stuck on the vine, and Halloween is just
hours away, said the witch, and she kicked that pumpkin. Can you help me kick that pumpkin? Just like kick it with your foot. Here you go. Well, I'm bigger than you and stronger too, boasted the ghost. Let me try. Said the witch. But she thought about pumpkin pie and she stepped aside. Well, the ghost bent down to take that pumpkin off the vine, and he pulled, and he tugged, and he pulled. First he pulled hard, and then he pulled harder, but the pumpkin just sat. Drat, said the ghost. Just then along came a vampire. A big pumpkin, said the vampire. It's big and it's mine, but it's stuck on the vine, and Halloween is just hours away, said the witch, and she kicked that pumpkin. Well, I'm bigger than both of you, and stronger too, said the vampire. Let me try. Said the witch. Said the ghost. But they thought about pumpkin pie and they stepped aside. Well, that vampire bent down to take that pumpkin off the vine, and he pulled, and he tugged, and he pulled. First he pulled hard, and then he pulled harder, but the pumpkin just sat. Drat, said the vampire. Just then, along came a mummy. Big pumpkin, said the mummy. It's big and it's mine, but it's stuck on the vine, and Halloween is just hours away, said the witch, and she kicked that pumpkin. Well, I'm bigger than all of you, and I'm stronger too, said the mummy. Let me try. Said the witch. Said the ghost. Said the vampire. But they thought about pumpkin pie and they stepped aside. Well, the mummy bent down to pull that pumpkin off the vine, and she pulled, and she tugged, and she pulled. First she pulled hard, and then she pulled harder, but the pumpkin just sat. Drat, said the mummy. So far we've had a ghost, a vampire, and a mummy. Who else might come along to help pull that pumpkin off the vine? Oh, a bat. Just then, along came a bat. Big pumpkin, said the bat. The witch didn't say a word. She just looked at the ghost and rolled her eyes. You know what it means to roll your eyes like this. The ghost looked at the vampire. The vampire looked at the mummy. They all looked at the little bat, and they started to laugh. And why were they laughing? Because the bat's so small. I may not be big and I may not be strong, said the bat, but I have an idea. And the bat told them what to do. Said the witch. Said the ghost. Said the vampire. Said the mummy. But they thought about pumpkin pie, and they bent down to take that pumpkin off the vine. Ready, set, pull, cried the bat. Well, the bat pulled the mummy pulled the vampire pulled the ghost pulled the witch pulled the pumpkin, and they pulled, and they tugged, and they pulled. Last time, let's do it together really, really, really hard. Wow! right off the vine. Drat, said the witch. Whoosh, and it flew. And it flew and flew and thud. It landed on the top of the hill and thump bump, thumpity bump, thumpity bump, bumpity bump, 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 bump. It bounced all the way down to the witch's house, and when it got to her door, the pumpkin just sat. Hooray for the bat, shouted the witch, and she hurried inside to make the pumpkin pie. Said the ghost. Have some more, said the witch. Couldn't eat another bite, said the vampire. Fun party, said the mummy. Time to go, said the bat. They all look like they're having so much fun, don't they? I wish I had a piece of pumpkin pie. Drat, said the witch as she watched them all leave. And then she went right out and planted another pumpkin seed. You've probably heard that story before, but I don't think you can hear a good story too many times. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to show you something else. I want to tell you a story this time. I'm not going to read from a book. I'm just going to tell you the story. And this story is about a little witch. She was a witch who was looking for some place to live. So she found this piece of orange paper flying around. She picked it up and she looked at it and she thought to herself, why, this piece of paper would make a very fine house. So she took out her sewing scissors because, well, she was always doing a little mending or sewing or darning. And she made 2 cuts, just like that. And she stood back and she looked and said, oh, why, that will make a fine house. But there's no way to get inside. Well, since the witch always wore a pointy hat, like most witches, she decided to make a door for herself. Let's make it a little bit bigger because her hat was very tall and very pointy. Perfect! Now the witch could go inside. And when she did, she noticed that it was very dark because there were no windows inside of her house. So she decided to make a window. And a window has 1, 2, 3, and 4 sides. There it is. So now she had, we can go from this side, her door, and she had her window. And she went inside her little house. It was very cozy, but from inside the house, she could hear some crying. So she came outside and she saw a little ghost. He was really small and he was crying, and she said, why are you crying? And he said, because winter is coming and it's getting cold outside and I don't have any place to live. The witch said, I have plenty of room. You can come live with me in my big house. I'll even make a special little door for you so you can come and go as you please. And so she did. And she made a door just right for the little ghost to walk through. Well, the witch and the ghost both walked inside of their house where it was nice and comfy and cozy, and they lived there happily ever after. The end. All right, my friends, thank you so much for sitting and listening to my 2 stories today. I hope that you enjoyed them, and I hope to see you again very, very soon. Thank you. Goodbye.